Will the roastee please take the seat of shame? I mean, of honor. Our Lieutenant Governor, Education and Training, Dennis.
Good afternoon, everyone. Before we get to the festivities, I do have a couple of announcements. For those of you who are participating in the roast and will be roasting Scott, we're going to ask you to do that from that microphone on the stage. So when your name is called, that's where you go. Just so Scott has a frontline view. Sorry, they wouldn't let me. You have to drive. The second thing is, and this is, we as Toastmasters are a family. And we have a family member today that we're a little bit concerned about. Not that one. Actually, it's Holly Walker, our Division H Governor. She's out there manning the raffle table now. Holly has an unbelievable allergy to shrimp. And we have a shrimp dish tonight for some of, or this afternoon for some of you. So this is what I'm asking. Those of you, everyone, before you go to the raffle table today to buy $100,000 worth of raffle tickets, and I'm not kidding, please just simply go down to the restrooms and wash your hands so that there's no problem. Holly's actually out manning the booth right now, and she had to have her lunch out there because she can't be in this room where they're serving shrimp. So she would appreciate it, I know, and the rest of us would too. Just take care of Holly and make sure you wash up after lunch today before you go to that. Thank you. When David Lloyd first emailed me and asked to be a part of this roast, it was obvious to me that he should be the MC. And he gladly accepted the challenge. In fact, there was about 10 minutes of just gleeful laughter on the other end of the phone. David is a genuinely funny man whose southern charm and the ability to laugh at himself is unsurpassed. I mean, who else can get such mileage out of a plunger and Captain PU? He was a natural choice for our roast. And besides that, he's got a lot of stuff on Scott. One thing for David and the rest of our roasters, as you bring up the heat of your roast because of your proximity to our roastee, just be careful. He's incredibly flammable. I'm not going to mention why. Ladies and gentlemen, your well-skilled host for this well-done roast, brand new, distinguished Toastmaster and my pal, David Lloyd.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. Are we ready to have some fun? Great. We're here today to honor men among men. A great Toastmaster, a wonderful person that would do anything to help anybody. Some of these words is wonderful, hardworking, a role model as a Toastmaster, can give unbelievable speeches. Now this person I'm talking about is just, whoa, Nancy, where are you going? Where's all these people going? Hang on a minute. Well, Nancy, over here. Where are you going? Oh, well, this is what Scott gave me. He was kind enough to send me his own introduction. Scott, does that mean I can keep the $10 that was hooked to it? Okay, great. Now that we got that out of the way, actually, we should be lucky and thankful that Scott is actually sitting in that chair. Not just 4 minutes ago, Nancy come running up to the head table. She's going, Jim, David, something's wrong with Scott. I said, what do you mean? He's not back. I said, he's not back. that's where he goes to. He had to go to the little guy's room before, and I'm not sure why she termed little guy, but that's just right. He had to go to the little guy's room. He's not back, and he never takes this long. I said, fine. So Jim said, I'm pulling rank. You go down to the bathroom and check on him. I'm walking down there. As I get there, I hear somebody going, I'm done. Well, what's going on? So I walk in the bathroom. Scott's in there, standing by the sink, looking around, going, I'm done. I said, what are you doing, Scott? He goes, following the rules. The sign right there says employees must wash hands. I'm done, and none of them will come in here and wash them for me. I did convince him that sign was for the people working here, not necessarily for him. So he did wash his hands, but he had 3 of the employees check them, and they claimed he got them clean. So we were happy about that too, Scott. But now that we do know it's you, there's a few things I'd like to bring up about Scott. You realize he's been a Toastmaster for 31 years. His original club is celebrating 30 years as a club. And I mean, just think about this. He has been members of over 15 clubs. And he has started 5 or 6 clubs. Those seem like fantastic numbers until you start talking to the clubs that he used to belong to. You'll come to find out he belonged to them. He was also run out of over 15 or 16 clubs. And that's one reason he got good at starting clubs, because a lot of clubs wouldn't let him join. He had to go out and start his own. He got so desperate at one time he started a club in Germany while he was in the Air Force. He couldn't speak your language. Maybe that's why you got halfway decent evaluations, or if you never got an interpreter, you probably don't even know what they said. But that shows your dedication to this. It also shows your hard work in getting to 5 clubs. And the last club, I just kept wondering how they could get a name like they did. And I guess it got to Scott was so used to people not talking to him when he'd show up, because I guess they knew his history about being run out of so many clubs. And somebody said, what should we name it? And they turned to Scott and he goes, what, you talking to me? And that formed the latest club, wasn't it? So I thought that was pretty neat. And then talking to Nancy too, and I found out your hobbies, that you have extra time now that you are the past governor. And I found this out from talking to Scott, different people, that one of his main things in life, he wanted to be known as a great magician. He said, I want that one magic trick. Now that I have time to learn magic and have time for this, he said, I'm going to work on that one trick so I can be famous at this one trick. I said, well, Scott, you have your main trick. You have the trick that surpasses Copperfield making an Empire State Building or the Statue of Liberty disappear. Some other ones made a 727 disappear. Those were good. The one you did was great, Scott. All you need to do is stand up, have your lovely wife Nancy stand next to you and go, this is my wife. Ta-da! I know that's got to be one of the best magic tricks. But, you also told me that you was a hypnotist. And if you're a hypnotist, I'm just wondering, Nancy, if you'll go along with us on this one. When I count 3 and snap my fingers, let's just see what happens. 1, 2, 3. So there was a little hypnotist in this marriage. Well, Scott, I think that's great. We're supposed to share a few short stories, and I'm done. And 2 of them that I did have, and unfortunately they both seem to contain alcohol in them. I'm not sure if that's right or not. 3 years ago, when I was master of ceremonies for the humor speech contest, Scott was the lieutenant governor of marketing, or the one in charge of it, like Dennis is doing now. And it was during intermission, and a situation come up about giving the trophies and the announcing here and having them there. And then I sit there and he was saying, Scott, I need your advice on this. They're announcing at this stage, we're standing here. Do they come up below here, we have the trophies? Do they go on the stage? Do we go over there and give them the trophies? And Scott, in his great wisdom, looked up at me. He had a pause. So I'm thinking he's trying to find the best solution for this problem. Deep thinking. And he looked up at me He says, do you realize this is my 5th dirty martini? And at this time, I don't care what you do. And that was when I said, wow, he knows how to delegate. So that shows his leadership. So I'm going, well, what's next for him? Well, he becomes district governor. Right? So we go to the first meeting when I was area governor. I met him at the hospitality house early in the afternoon. And he says, oh, come on in and get you something to drink. So I'm looking around. He goes, what are you looking for? I said, something to drink. I don't find a beer. He goes, we don't have beer. We have mixed drinks and we have wine. He said, you'll like the wine, try it, but I don't really like mixed drinks. So he got me a glass of wine, or he got a bottle first, and he takes the cork out of it, which was strange to me being from Kathleen. I'm used to screw all this. Or a cardboard box with a plastic bag in it. So he said, takes it, and he starts smelling the cork, almost licks the cork. Right? I'm getting a little freaky about this. He takes a little plastic cup, pours about this much wine in the bottom of it. Takes it, swishes it around, starts talking about bouquet or something. Right? And it looked like he was going to spit the wine back in that cup. Well, I'm not drinking that one. Well, he swallowed it. Got me a little cup, poured a little bit in there, said, there you go. I said, there you go. I mean, that wasn't even a half a gulp. I said, I'll be right back. I went out in my truck, got my big golf cup, come back in, dumped ice in it, took the bottle and poured about half of it in the cup. I said, you know, this stuff ain't half bad. And he looked at that half-empty bottle of wine and said, I think it's time to make a beer run. So that shows he had financial knowledge about how to save money. So it shows he really thinks hard about all the stuff he's done, all the offices that he has held from the get-go. And I was honored to talk to a member of the first club that remembered when Scott come as a Toastmaster. And he watched him be club president, lieutenant of or not lieutenant, he was actually the vice president of membership, public relations, sergeant of arms, area governor, district governor. This guy's going through this thing so proud of Scott. And he said, he was, our sergeant of arms, and he went to the district, and he's lieutenant, he did all this stuff. He goes, I honestly feel he is the best that has ever been. I said, you sitting here telling me you think Scott was the best district governor we have ever had? Oh, no, I ain't talking about district governor, I'm talking about sergeant of arms. He wasn't worth a damn for the rest of the stuff. Just kind of walked away. So, actually, Scott, we do love you, and these other people are ready to share their love with you. So, I think we're going to have a great